Hello and welcome to the video. I'm Jimmy the Mower and today we're going to be fitting this brand new damper to my knot coupling on my Ifor Williams trailer. So if you're having problems with your trailer, you're putting the brakes on in this truck or your van and it's crashing into the back of you, the chances are you've either got a problem with your brakes or the damper's gone. Now, we had our brakes serviced a couple of months ago and they're all fine and the damper's just given up the ghost. That's the problem with ours. It's a 3.5 ton trailer. This is a 3.5 ton damper. They do come in different sort of strains, but the fitting is pretty much the same, okay? The part number for this one, in case anyone's interested, is 576003, okay? That's for the 3.5 ton coupling damper. Now, to get this off, it's pretty simple. If you want to know how to change the rubber gaiter, I've got a video all about that. We'll put the link in the description somewhere or pop it on screen, but you can find out how to change that rubber. But to do this job with a damper, we have to do more or less the same again. So we take this bolt out of here to remove the trailer head coupling. So this one comes across. Now, I'm pretty sure that's a 22 mil. So that's a 22 mil that fits across there, okay? So 22 mil, we just undo that one. So we'll get that off now. Now, if you can, when you're using these impact wrenches, you're supposed to use the proper impact sockets, not the silver ones like I'm using. You're supposed to use the black ones, but we haven't got one in 22. So that's something I'm going to have to buy, isn't it? Right, let's just put this on there. See if it's turning the right way. There we go, simple enough. And we give that, well, that's locked in there a bit. I think we'll need to undo the one that goes top to bottom so we can slacken this one off and twist it round and get it out. I'll do that one now. If we just pull this rubber cover back, now, believe it or not, we fitted a new rubber cover when we did the brakes as well, so that's quite new. So I'll try not to tear this, but you can just pull it back. There is plenty of flex in there. Now, the same again for this, just a 22 mil. So you can clip one on top like so, and that'll be held down, and then I'll put this one underneath and take it off. Right, that's both of those undone. There'll be a bit of jigging about now and I should be able to get the bolts out. Actually, I think this one might actually unscrew. I'll just try it. It does, yeah, it does. There you go. That's that off, and that's the trailer coupling head off. Right, now we'll have a look at the damper. So with the coupling off and safely out the way, we now need to work on the back of the damper, right? This little nut there is a 19 mil, and it's just tucked away inside here. Basically, this is what keeps the pressure inside the piston itself. When we put the brakes on, it concertinas up and pushes against the back here. So if we undo this, there's two ways of then getting the damper out. One, we can knock the roll pin out at the front and slide it out through there. But if there is some pressure in there, then it might just push forward a little bit. Or two, we can try and undo these on the top. Now, I don't think I've ever undone these since we've had the trailer. So what I'll do, I'll put a bit of spray on and I think we'll just try and take everything off, okay, this time round. So let's have a look. Let's work my spray. So that's that. So they're all sprayed up. That should give them a bit of release. And then I'll just try and undo this one. Okay then, that's not been very successful. That's just turning now. The actual damper must have gone itself and now we've just got the rod through the middle just spinning round. So these two are going to have to come off the top. They're 19 mil, so I'll just put a 19 mil socket on the gun and we can take those off. Make sure you keep the washers. Oh, as he throws it on the floor. Right, that's those two off then, the nuts and the washers. So this should then slide out. You see how that goes? Look, it's completely gone. You've got a trailer here that can carry 3.5 tons, and this is sliding in and out at will. So that's not any good at all, really. There's not a lot left in there. So now we'll have to just try and slowly ease this out if we can. Right, I think I'll have to get round the front. I might have to take that roll pin out after all. I'll get round the front and have a look. Right, so I knocked the roll pin out the front, and we've managed to free the damper up a bit. Got it to move back to here. With moving this back, this is the bit that locks in on the top there on the 219s. We've now exposed this other nut here, and we can hold this nut, and hopefully with us holding that, we should be able to turn this, and we should get it to undo. That's it. It's undoing now. And turn that round. There's a 17 on there, so that's off, and the spring washer's off. Put those safely to one side, and then that's off as well. We'll put that on there, that down there, and then with a bit of luck we should be able to shove this to the front. Maybe no, not going forward. See if we can get it back. See if we can get it to come back through this hole. No, can't get it through there either. Blimey, we are in a pickle. Right, I'll see if I can get this out of here one way or the other. I might have to take this other 17 off first. We'll just see. So the snag with it now then, we can't get this through because of that nut that's still on there. It won't push through that end. And this fatter end of the damper, this end, won't come through here. So what we've got to do is take this other nut off. Now, there's only one way, well, there's a couple of ways you can do it. You can either get your grinder on and cut it and get it down like that, but I'm going to try and grip it with these pliers. It's not the best idea, but if I can grip it with the pliers and then we can get a spanner on, and if I can just release it, we've got plenty of that Bulldog release spray on there, so it should then, in theory, undo if we can't get it to go any, if we can get it to start even. Yes, there you go. That should be, it's literally a quarter turn on that, look, and it's as easy as that. Once it's gone, blimey, you can see, I don't know how much detail you can see, but you can see on here, that little bit there, look where it's rusted on. That was the bit where it was rusted and stuck. So that's done. So now hopefully this should push out, and it does. There you go. That's our damper free. Right, so what we'll do first of all is just check that the numbers are the same on each one, so we know we're putting the same one back in. I've got on there 87003609. Okay, so that's the correct numbers. So I'm chuffed a bit to that. Right, let's take this apart then, and we'll try and get it all back together. Okay then, to fit the new one, we'll just put it in as we did. Took the old one out, literally in through the front, and I've just got to make sure I can feed it through the hole. Just look down in there. Right, and that's how we feed it in, and we'll pull it back. So we've got that to there, and now we can set this up as we did before. So put one of these nice new nuts on that came with it, and we'll spin this right down to the end. Now there is some adjustment on these when you're setting up brakes and so you can put some adjustment on, but we're lucky because with ours this was right down on the end. We know with that set right down on the end, that's where it'll be for this. Now the only problem I can think of with this is, look at that, it's not quite central. Okay, I'm not 100% sure which way it went on. I think it was that way. I'll see. I think it was that way, but we'll just double check. It's the right way around. Yeah, it was that way round. So just make a note of that when you take that off, which way round you put it on. So I'll pull this back out. we'll put that onto there, and then we'll put this nut on. Sorry, put the spring washer on first, and then we'll put this nut on, and then that should then tighten that up. Don't have to tighten it up all the way yet. We need a bit of leverage to get this in and out. Okay, so now when you're putting these dampers on, you need to push from one end or the other. I'm not 100% sure how we're going to get this one in first. With this, we can thread it through and we can lock this up. Okay, we can lock that up. Then we can get our coupling head from down here, slide that into place, and then we've got to push the damper down so the hole in the end of the damper lines up with this bolt that goes through the top. It's very tricky. It's designed to stop a 2.5 or 3.5 ton trailer, depending on which one you've got. So there might be a bit of pressure in there. So I'm thinking, I'm going to try, I've got somebody here with me, so we're going to try and give it a shove and see if we can get it through to line up. If not, I think we might try and put it on the back of the truck and reverse the truck up, put the brakes on the trailer and put the truck on there and see if the truck will push the pressure in. It should reach a certain point and then it should go over, because they're override dampers. When you've got these, when you reverse, you push it and you push it with so much force that the damper reaches a point, gives up and goes in and allows you to reverse. It unlocks the brakes, but it's supposed to, when you're under heavy braking and it's pushing forward, then it shouldn't do that. It should help you stop. Okay, so we'll have to try really and just see which way we can get it on. I'm going to bolt this up first and then we'll try the other end, and if that doesn't work then we'll have to unbolt that end, unbolt this end, bolt that other end up first, and then try and push it in from this side. Okay, we'll give it a go and see how we get on. So then folks, that was a lot more difficult than it needed to be. It really did. We couldn't compress it in. Tried everything we could every which way and it wasn't working. In the end, we put it in on there. You'll see the photograph of the damper. Here's the old one. So there's a little arrow on there. You put the arrow at the top, sorry, at the bottom pointing at the top, and then it will show you that it's going in through this hole. Yeah, that's where you line that up. So you put the coupling on through there, line that up, line it up through the side bolt, push that through, and then we undid these again. We left the little cast bit on that holds it. Then as you can see, we've got a piece of timber and we've got a jack in between, and we just had to wind this in slowly until we got along. In fact, we used a bit of screwdriver to push in and just leave the last little bit along. We couldn't push it in. Two of us couldn't push it in, so that's what we had to do. So we had to get the jack. Now, you can use a bottle jack, but they don't work very well on their side because of the way the fluid sits in there. So it is a scissor jack is required for this, depending on the length it is from here that a bulkhead of your trailer is the piece of timber that you'll need, and it is quite difficult to get that in, but we got ours in the end. So that's that. I'm just looking around on the floor now. I don't know if that's a 17 or a 19. A 19, it's been harder than it needed to be, I tell you. So I'll have to look for the 19 socket and we'll just tighten these two up. I've got the spring washers still on there. Now, if I was doing this again, I'd put some new spring washers on, because they've been on there, they've been compressed so long that they've gone just flat basically, so there's not a lot of tension left in them. So when you're doing this, make sure you get a couple of those washers on there. So I'll tighten those up now and then we'll see where we are. So with all that put back together then, we just need to tighten this up on here, which I've done. That'll tighten itself on the spring washer and the locking nut behind, so make sure that little 17 mils on before we push these in. And then last but not least is to tighten up the bolts that go through the head. Now, the bolts that go through the head, these M14s, I think, size 22 mil, and it's 125 Newton meters, which is that much. Okay, so they're all torqued up to spec. That's all torqued up to spec. That's on there. The rubber gaiter's back where it should be. We're all done and dusted, I hope. All we can do really is put this on tomorrow, go out mowing and just see if it's crashing into the back of the trailer. If it is, then it's back to look at the brakes, but hopefully, fingers crossed, we've fixed it and it was the damper and we've finally got it all in. Oh, and if you've got a grease gun, I'm sure we've got one hanging around somewhere, just put some grease back into there and fill it back up. Okay, ours was pretty well lubricated, but it's always worth just putting a few extra pumps of grease in just to keep it well lubricated in there, and that should keep going for ages and last you for a lifetime. So there you go. A bit more difficult than I thought it would be, but we got there in the end. Give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you can. I really do appreciate you watching. Anything nice to say, put it in the comment section below, and all the bits and pieces, the numbers for these and stuff, I'll put that in the description as well. Thanks again. I'm Jimmy the Mower. I'll catch you on the next one.